Hey NFL fans, before we dive into today's hottest stories, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss an update. From NFL News Now, the Dallas Cowboys finally punched their ticket at least temporarily into the NFL playoff picture. And you could almost feel the sigh of relief roll through Arlington like a warm Texas breeze. After that dominant Week 11 win over the Las Vegas Raiders, it was the kind of win that makes every Cowboys fan sit forward, raise an eyebrow, and think, okay, is this the moment? Is this where things finally come together? But if you've followed this team for more than 5 minutes, you know exactly why that same optimism is laced with a little bit of emotional scar tissue. We've seen this story before. The Cowboys deliver a statement win, the fan base starts to believe again. The national media leans in, and then bam, a completely winnable game slips through their fingers the following week. That inconsistency has been the true villain of the 2025 Cowboy season, showing up at the worst possible moments and casting doubt on whether this group can ever string together the kind of performances it takes to make a real postseason run. And yet, as odd as it sounds, the biggest saving grace for Dallas right now is time. 7 whole games left, 7 more opportunities to rewrite the narrative, build momentum, and transform what has largely been a frustrating season into something memorable. The Cowboys sit at for 5-1, a record that won't turn any heads on its own. But it's just good enough to place them officially in the hunt, that magical phrase teams cling to when the path is narrow. But the door is still cracked open. Even Dak Prescott seemed to sense that flicker of possibility after the Monday Night Football win, standing at the podium with a mix of determination and defiance as he told reporters that it wouldn't be crazy to think the Cowboys could turn tragedy into triumph. For Dak, who has weathered endless scrutiny this season, this stretch of games isn't just about wins. It's about proving the Cowboys can still carve out a special season when everyone least expects it. And if Dallas is going to do it, the schedule ahead will define everything. Week 12 brings the Philadelphia Eagles, perched at 8-2 and looking every bit the reigning Super Bowl champion they are. But here's the twist: Dallas gets them at home, in front of a roaring AT&T Stadium crowd that hasn't forgotten the pain of recent divisional heartbreaks. Then comes a Thanksgiving Day showdown with the 5-5 Kansas City Chiefs, a team that's talented but strangely vulnerable this year. After that, it's a trip to Detroit to face the 6-4 Lions, a home matchup with the 4-6 Vikings, and another tough home game against the talented 7-4 Chargers squad. Then, almost mercifully, the schedule lightens with road games against the struggling Commanders and Giants. If you're keeping track, Dallas gets the 3 toughest opponents: Eagles, Chiefs, Chargers right at home, where they've historically played their best football. 2 of the 3 road games are against teams already thinking more about the draft than the playoffs. So yes, it's a difficult run, but it's not impossible. And the truth is, this Cowboys team feels different right now. Not fixed, not flawless, but focused in a way that hints at potential rather than disappointment. A big part of that renewed energy comes from the defense, which has quietly resurrected itself in recent weeks. The pass rush looks revitalized. The linebackers are tackling with purpose again, and the secondary is finally starting to blend speed with discipline. And speaking of that secondary, rookie cornerback Shaven Revel stepped onto an NFL field for the first time in Week 11, and if you didn't know any better, you might have thought he was a veteran who had just been battling a minor injury, but in reality, Revel hadn't played a live football snap in over a year. His college career ended with a devastating knee injury that forced him to watch from the sidelines, waiting, rehabbing, hoping for the chance to prove he still belonged in the game. On Monday night, under the bright lights of prime time, he got that chance. Revel admitted he felt the butterflies before kickoff, the kind of anxious energy that buzzes in your chest before a life-changing moment. But as he told reporters later, those nerves stayed in the locker room once it was time to go. He jogged onto the field in a sub-package the Cowboys designed specifically for him, and immediately he was struck by the speed of the NFL. Faster than college, faster than practice, faster than anything he'd experienced. But after a deep breath and a laser focus on the details, he settled in. You could see him trusting his technique, playing with confidence, reacting instead of overthinking. When he spoke after the game, he wasn't cocky, just honest. "A lot of people didn't expect me to play like that," he said, "but I know what I can do. I did my best and didn't listen to the noise." It was one of those rookie quotes that feels like the start of something. His family supported him through every step of rehab, And he carried that support right onto the turf, and in a small but wonderfully human note, he revealed the music choice he used to get himself locked in, Eminem's Till I Collapse. For a guy rebuilding his career from the ground up, it feels incredibly fitting. Rebel's debut wasn't flashy, but it was solid, steady, and promising everything the Cowboys could have hoped for from a rookie corner stepping into a meaningful game. And if this defense is truly going to help carry the Cowboys into the postseason chase, guys like Rebel are going to matter as the snaps pile up and his confidence grows. He could become one of those mid-season sparks the Cowboys have desperately needed over the past few years. His next test comes quickly, a Week 12 showdown against the Eagles. The same Eagles who bullied their way through last year's postseason and still possess one of the most versatile offenses in football. It's a massive challenge, no doubt, but also an incredible opportunity for Rebel to show the league he's more than just a third-round pick with good upside. He's a player who can compete on the biggest stage against the best competition. And that, in a way, mirrors exactly where the Cowboys sit as a whole. They're good enough to be in the conversation, but not yet convincing enough to be called contenders. They're balanced between hope and skepticism, between what they've shown and what they still need to prove. The Eagles, Chiefs, Lions, and Chargers will test every weakness Dallas has. They'll also reveal whether this team truly has the heart, resolve, and identity necessary to make a real push. The question now is simple. Can the Cowboys take this momentum, nurture it, protect it, and multiply it, or will they once again fall into the same pattern of one step forward, one step back? The players feel the shift. Dak feels it. The defense feels it. Even the rookies, like Shaven, Rebel, feel like they're part of something that could be more than just another middling Cowboy season. The only thing left is to prove it. Week 12 isn't just another game on the schedule. It's the test that could shape the entire rest of the season. Beat the Eagles, and everything changes. Lose, and the margin for error shrinks to something painfully thin, but as strange as it sounds. For the first time all year, the Cowboys don't look afraid of that pressure. They look ready for it. And now, as the playoff picture finally opens its door just enough for Dallas to peek inside, the countdown begins. 7 games, 7 chapters. Time to find out whether this story ends with heartbreak or with the kind of triumph Dak Prescott dared everyone to believe in. The path forward won't be easy, but in a season where nothing has come easy anyway, maybe that's exactly how it's supposed to be. Keep watching as we analyze more details about some rumors. Hold on tight, folks, because the sports world just got a major shakeup, and it's not coming from a touchdown, a trade, or even a coaching change. It's coming from none other than pop icon Taylor Swift. That's right, Taylor Swift, the queen of the music charts and master of stirring headlines, just dropped a bombshell about the Dallas Cowboys. And the timing couldn't have been more explosive. Fans, analysts, and casual observers alike are buzzing, whispering, and outright speculating about what her words could mean for the Cowboys. And if we're being honest, the ripple effect might be bigger than anything happening on the field right now. Rumors like this don't just disappear, they echo. They ignite debates on social media, and they make headlines in every corner where sports and pop culture collide. And let's be clear, this isn't just a simple compliment or a good luck message. No, this is Taylor Swift-level drama, delivered with that signature mix of charm and sharpness that leaves people talking for days. According to sources that are still keeping their names close to the vest, Taylor's statement came in what she called a spur-of-the-moment Instagram post. But insiders suggest it was anything but spontaneous. People are dissecting every word, analyzing the subtext, and trying to read between the lines because Taylor Swift doesn't make statements lightly, especially when it comes to the sports world, a world she rarely comments on publicly. The post has a tone that seems teasing, provocative, and maybe even slightly critical. And that's exactly why it's got Cowboys fans on edge. Some fans are taking it as a playful jab, a nudge in good fun from someone who knows nothing about football, but has a massive platform to shape opinions. Others are reading it as a harsh critique, a signal that even cultural icons are questioning the Cowboys' recent decisions, leadership, or maybe even the morale within the locker room. It's that ambiguity, that layer of what does she really mean, that makes the rumor so potent. People are sharing screenshots, creating memes, and tagging sports analysts, all trying to gauge the true intent behind Taylor Swift's carefully chosen words. And if you think this is a small ripple, think again. When Taylor speaks, people listen. And when she speaks about something as polarizing as the Cowboys, the internet explodes. What's fascinating here is the timing, hours before a big game. The timing of this comment couldn't have been more perfect or more devastating, depending on who you ask. There's speculation that it might have been a subtle attempt to shake the team psychologically, to stir some internal conversations, or maybe even just to watch the chaos unfold from afar. Some insiders suggest that certain players and staff are already feeling the pressure from unexpected sources. Imagine being a Cowboys player, preparing for one of the most important games of your season, and then seeing one of the biggest pop culture figures in the world throw what could be interpreted as either a critique or a challenge your way. How does that shift focus, team chemistry, or confidence, even if the statement was meant in jest? The fact that it comes from Taylor Swift, a figure known for influence, sharp perception, and cultural reach, instantly magnifies its weight. And in the age of social media, where every comment can spiral into a trending topic in minutes, the post has ignited debates across Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and even YouTube comment sections, with fans dissecting it like it's a play-by-play breakdown of a last-second game-winning drive. Adding to the intrigue is the sheer unpredictability of Taylor Swift's commentary. Over the years, she's become a master of subtlety, sarcasm, and layered messaging. Every word seems calculated, every emoji chosen, and every caption crafted to generate conversation, curiosity, and controversy without ever explicitly confirming anything. And this particular comment about the Cowboys seems to fit perfectly into that mold. Fans are reading between the lines, speculating about everything from team strategy to off-field politics, to whether there's a personal story we don't know about, all because of the way Taylor phrased a few seemingly simple sentences. And let's not forget, sports rumors have a way of taking on a life of their own, especially when fueled by someone with Swift-level influence. Analysts are already debating whether this could affect locker room morale, whether the coaching staff will respond in a public statement, or if players might address it with subtle nods or cryptic social media posts. In a way, it's almost like a chess game. Taylor makes a move, the Cowboys ecosystem reacts, and the fans watch every reaction as if it were part of the game itself. The online reaction has been nothing short of electric. Memes, fan theories, and heated debates are flooding every platform. Some fans are defending the Cowboys fiercely, turning her words into a rallying cry. Taylor Swift might not get football, but we're going to prove her wrong. Others are pointing out historical performance issues, leadership controversies, or recent mishaps, using her statement as validation for frustrations they've been nursing quietly for months. And then there's a third group, the pop culture strategists, who are analyzing the timing, comparing it to past instances where celebrities influence sports narratives, and predicting what this might mean for merchandise sales, ticket hype, or even broadcast ratings. In other words, this isn't just a minor ripple, it's a wave crashing across both sports and entertainment spheres, pulling in perspectives, debates, and hot takes from every corner imaginable. Even sports commentators who normally stick to X and O's are suddenly analyzing her tone, choice of words, and the broader cultural impact, blending analysis with speculation in a way that's fascinating to watch. What makes this scenario so tantalizing is the perfect storm of mystery and authority. Taylor Swift, unlike most commentators, doesn't just make noise, she commands attention, influences millions, and often sets the conversation agenda without directly engaging in it. And the Cowboys, for all their history, charisma, and fan base, are suddenly part of that swirling conversation, caught in a spotlight that's equal parts glamour, scrutiny, and rumor. Imagine the locker room discussions, the subtle nods during practice, the internal debates about how or even if to address her statement. Could coaches use it as motivational fuel? Could players respond in kind on social media? Could it even affect ticket sales, fan engagement, or betting lines? If only indirectly. The ripple effect is vast. And the fascinating part is that nobody really knows how it will settle. Even casual fans of Taylor Swift, who don't usually follow football, are weighing in, curious about why she chose the Cowboys, why she commented now, and whether there's some hidden layer they're missing. And that's where the rumor mill really takes off, because speculation spreads faster than confirmation, and every interpretation carries its own narrative weight. Could she be signaling a personal connection to a player or staff member? Could she simply be making a cultural observation that is being read as criticism? Could it even be a clever publicity tactic, blending sports and music worlds in a way that dominates headlines for days? Every fan, every analyst, and every content creator has a theory. And they're all being shared, retweeted, and debated in real time. The fascinating tension between intention and perception is what keeps this story alive, fueling endless conversations. Ultimately, what's so addictive about this Taylor Swift Cowboys situation is that it's never just about the game anymore. It's about influence, timing, cultural relevance, and the way one carefully worded comment can ignite a wildfire across fandoms, locker rooms, and media outlets. The post itself may fade over time, but the buzz it creates, the discussions it sparks, and the speculative energy it generates are likely to linger long past any touchdown or field goal. People are already wondering whether this will set a precedent. Will we start seeing more celebrity commentary on sports in the most critical moments, deliberately timed to influence or provoke? Will teams need social media advisors specifically for celebrity interactions? And perhaps most tantalizingly, will the Cowboys respond? Or will they let the rumor and the speculation simmer, quietly influencing morale in ways we'll never fully see? In the end, this is what makes sports and celebrity culture so endlessly fascinating. The lines between the field and the stage blur. The stakes extend beyond wins and losses, and the smallest comment can create seismic shifts in perception. Taylor Swift has, intentionally or not, inserted herself into the Cowboys' narrative at a moment of heightened attention, creating a swirl of rumors, hot takes, and cultural speculation that may very well outlive the game itself. Fans, analysts, and even casual observers are left with questions, theories, and a sense of anticipation that can't be quantified in stats or scores. The real story here isn't on the scoreboard, it's in the conversation, the tension, and the buzz that continues to grow hour by hour. And if you thought sports rumors were usually confined to trades or injuries, think again, because now, a pop superstar has shown just how powerful words can be when timed perfectly, wrapped in ambiguity, and dropped just hours before the world's eyes turn toward the gridiron. The Cowboys, willingly or not, are now part of that headline-making drama, and the echoes of Taylor Swift's statement are only just beginning to reverberate across stadiums, timelines, and living rooms alike, leaving everyone asking, what happens next? Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like this video and share it with your fellow NFL fans. Stay tuned for more updates, only here on NFL News Now.